What's up, guys? Tactical Turkey here. Welcome to the channel. Got some more content for you today. Today we're going to shoot the subwoofer that we talked about in a Facebook post. We're going to start out with a smaller caliber and we're going to move up to something a little bit larger, and we're going to see exactly what it takes to get through this thing. So without further ado, let me show you what we got. Alright, so here's what we've got. I've got one of the old school from the early 2000s. This is a 10-inch Eclipse subwoofer. And this thing is thick. I think it weighs 29-30 pounds. This whole bottom end is nothing but magnets. It's a little over 3 inches thick right here. So my thought is, if we shoot from this side, what will it take to make it through all this magnet? We're going to start with 22 and work our way up. I don't think 22 has a chance, and I don't know what it's going to take to get through it, but we're going to find out. The only thing I have to watch is I'm going to have to shoot it around the outside edge because there's a hollow spot right here in this hole. So, let's set it up and see what happens. Alright, so first up, we're going to start with 22 long rifle. This is my Citadel 1911, chambered in 22. It's made by Chiappa Firearms. You've probably not seen this on the channel. I haven't had this out in a long time. I don't know that I have ever filmed with it. It's beat up, banged up. I've had it for forever. In the mag, we have 2 rounds of CCI Stingers. These are a little bit lighter than typical 22 loads. These are 32 grain. Let's see what it does to the subwoofer. Alright guys, here we go. 22 long rifle. Let's give it 2 rounds. 1. Go to this other side. There's 2. Let's give it 2 rounds. Don't really expect that that did anything to this subwoofer. Let's turn it around. Nope. Got absolutely nothing, as expected. Let's step it up a notch. Alright guys, so I told you we're going to step it up. After looking at what the 22 did, my next step was going to be 9mm. And after looking at what the 22 actually did, which was virtually nothing, I don't think 9mm stands a chance. So, we're going to step it up. This is my Raging Hunter 500 Smith&Wesson Magnum. Got a couple of rounds here. The first one will be a 325 grain hollow point. If that don't do it, I've got, I believe, a 420 or 430 grain extreme penetrator. If this don't do it, we'll go get something that will. Let's see what it does. Alright guys, 500 Smith & Wesson. This will be the hollow point. You can see through it. I don't think we actually made contact with the magnet. I think it went right beside it. Let's try that again. Shot 2, the hollow point. That looks like that might have been a little bit better shot placement right there. Let's turn it around and see what it did. Oh, I see magnet. But did it go through it? I don't think it did, guys. I think it came out the side. It did. It come out the side. And so it actually caught it. And just in pieces of magnet fell out the side. It didn't actually go all the way through it. So now we're going to do another one on this right side. Let's try it with an extreme penetrator. Extreme penetrator to the right side. Definitely had a little more thump to that one. Let's take a look and see what we got. Oh yeah, it's shattered. Pieces of magnets everywhere. but it did not come through the back plate. Those magnets are catching them, but it's not actually going through this back plate. I don't see anywhere where there's a hole through that back plate. That's unreal. Voice coil is shredded. Let's try one more extreme penetrator, and if we can't get through the back plate with that, we'll go home and get something that will. All right, extreme penetrator number 2. Definitely seen a lot of chunks fly. But did we make it through that back plate? Still did not make it through that back plate with an extreme penetrator. It has shattered everything in between. But it did not make it through that back plate. We're going to have to step it up. All right, so the 500 Smith & Wesson extreme penetrator didn't pierce the back plate. I had to go get something bigger. So I went and got Noreen. Noreen is my 50 BMG ultra long range rifle. I've backed up to about 50 yards because I don't want to swallow any of these pieces. But now it must die. All right, guys. Got a 660 grain PMC bronze full metal jacket. We're back at about 50 yards. It's time for the subwoofer to die. Here we go. I'm going to have to aim low because my zero is a lot higher than this. Here we go. Well, it's safe to say the back plate was pierced because I saw the back plate come out. Let's go check that out. All right, let's look at the carnage. A lot of that magnet is acting like ceramic plate. It's breaking up and it's catching bullets that we were shooting it with earlier. But unlike ceramic, a magnet is sticking together. We blew it completely out, but we still don't have a hole through this back plate. Let's shoot it again. So, after looking it over, there's no hole in the back. And it blew the back piece out, but there's still no hole through it. So we set it back up. I'm going to go grab another round with Noreen, and we're going to shoot this thing again. I want that thing to die. All right. Round 2. This one is for the back plate. Direct hit. All right, see what we got. Hit it right on the very edge, but it did go right through it. I'm having to aim a little bit low to compensate for my zero. Let's give it one more. Why not? All right, so after I picked up the pieces, got to looking, we actually made it through both of these plates with a full metal jacket. 660 grain. We're going to set it up and give it one more shot. All right, guys. Last round. Let's see what happens. I heard it shatter. Sound like glass breaking. All right, so that was the money shot. We drilled a hole straight through there, went completely through the box, and I've got an exit hole out of the bottom of the box. That's where we're at. All right, guys, that's a wrap for today. Not gonna lie, the subwoofer wound up being just a little bit tougher than what I expected it to be. Both of those plates on the back stopped a lot more than what I expected. I thought for sure the 500 Smith & Wesson, especially with the extreme penetrators, would have zipped through that, but to my surprise, they didn't. But 50 BMG never fails. So let me know what you think. Let me know what else we need to shoot with this thing. I'm gonna try to turn out a new video every week now that we've got some decent weather. Yeah, just let us know. I'll see you next time. Tactical Turkey. I'm out of here.